Well, we're going on a trip back in time, back to 2016. I thought to myself, I'll make a video about my son's first ride on a steam train going out to the 2016 Thirlmere Festival of Steam. That'd be a fantastic video, wouldn't it? My son took with him one of his favourite Thomas toys, and it was a Thomas wooden railway Thomas that was showing a little bit of love. And in this video I won't be speaking all the time because we want to have timeouts so we can hear the choo-choo trains, and maybe if I remember I'll explain to you what happened to this video and why it's taken so long to piece together. It's one of these videos that seem to have everything going against it. I booked tickets to this months before online, and we went first class, so we had a nice little cabin to ourselves on one of the carriages. We were supposed to be taken to Thirlmere by the 6029 Garratt, City of Canberra, but that steam locomotive had mysteriously broken down and was unavailable, so what turned up at Central at Sydney was the 3642, affectionately known as the Pig or Miss Piggy, to take us out to Thirlmere. We want to hear steam train sounds and things like that, so let me stop talking here and I'll talk a bit more further along in the video. I've got some really fond memories of this big day out at the Thirlmere Festival of Steam. It was a really hot day. It was also a day when a few people came up behind me and said, "I know who you are. I can't believe you're here at the Festival of Steam. You're a real person." And of course, the first thing I think of, oh, who is this? How would you know me? And then I forget, oh, that's right, I'm on YouTube showing Thomas toys all the time. It's a day when you've got stacks and stacks of rail fans, and so many of them have cameras and iPhones and iPads that they're videoing with, and I'm pretty sure, and I know, that I'm in other people's videos of the Sunday of this Festival of Steam back in 2016. And just thinking about cameras, I shot this whole video on a little tiny compact Sony camera that I rarely use. It's the Sony RX100 Mark IV. I like it because you can be very inconspicuous with it. You can also power it up by one of those power cells that you can recharge your phone and whatever with. It records audio in a better way than, let's say, an iPhone, but it doesn't record audio in a nice way like a bigger camera or a camera using a nice dedicated microphone. But the main thing for me was to try to be inconspicuous and not be noticed by too many people, and I nearly got away with it. This video is near impossible to put together as I wanted to because I lost a lot of it when my Apple Fusion drive failed. Put it this way, I learnt a vulnerability in the way that I back up data, and what hammered me was any project that I had mid-edit was pulled apart once the hard drive in my iMac failed. Roughly a quarter of the video files were affected or totally lost, so there are aspects to this video where I was describing something like the red rattler carriages and the trains that I went to school on, and if I haven't got all the audio that I spoke to camera about what I was looking at, it makes no sense trying to piece it together, because you're going to say, oh, Leo's talking about this, and all of a sudden he's talking about something totally different. It was just one of those times when I lost data and I couldn't get it back. But that's not the only problem in bringing this video to YouTube. Okay, well this is inside the double decker, obviously. A few windows missing here. These windows bring back memories. This is when Windows started to become safe. You couldn't get your head out there anymore. OH&S started to rule the world. But the single deckers didn't have these. There's a bit of a chat down there. The first female train driver apparently is having a bit of a chat. This is bringing back so many eerie memories. I haven't been in one of these since I was a child, and it is just really awesome to be inside one of these old carriages again. Oh, another memory was the people who would leave this door, and this is a door which is like mid-carriage, open or closed. In wintertime, these things were frightfully cold, and often people would have this closed, and it was a great big heavy door, but because we're naughty schoolboys, we used to love to have it open. And these are the doors that were, well, the suicide doors. I can't open this because I think they've got these locked. But as school children, we used to stand here and open and close these because we were like the automatic opening and close door systems back when we were kids. But just being inside one of these again, very spooky memories. They've got a certain smell that you don't smell with today's trains, and they had a certain sound. Very much because of the way the windows were. They used to rattle and jump around. Fantastic old carriages, had tons of character. Boy, oh boy, do I miss them. I'm just astonished at how many trains are here. I'll put it this way, you're never ever going to see them all in this video. I can guarantee you've got to come here and see it for yourself. Oh yeah, I like that one a lot. That's really nice. YouTube 2016 was a totally different animal versus YouTube 2020. You have to be really careful in showing certain things on YouTube these days. It is such a different site versus just a few years ago. So the primary focus of this video, and I've got to explain this to YouTube, is we are looking at steam trains and a train museum. Nothing more and nothing less. Oh, let's just get back to the raw video and raw sounds. Maybe I'll talk a bit more in this video, or maybe I won't. But there's one thing I know, that is in 2020 you couldn't be doing any of the activities that you see in this video. 2020 is a very different year. Well, don't have to explain what that says. And over here, looking a little bit barren, is a giant turntable. That one looking very rustic. In fact, a little synopsis of the work being done, which is nice. At least it looks like there's stuff being done here and being fixed up. Oh, I like the look of this one. It doesn't look familiar to me, or maybe it was a train that, I don't know, went to Newcastle or something, or maybe I'm just making stuff up because just talking blah blah is what it's all about these days. Silver City Comet. I thought Broken Hill was the Silver City. I mean, there's so many trains here. I've totally lost my family because I went on that Red Rattler juggernaut, lost them on that one. The thing I really like about this museum, it's like a bit of a living museum because there's things being repaired. You can come right up to stuff, and if you want to get dirty, grubby and put your hands in on the yucky stuff, you can. That's what it's all about. And there you go, there's the diagram of a steam engine boiler simplified. I'm glad it's simplified because I'm having trouble getting my head around that. So that's a happy diesel because it's got happy white smoke. This Thirlmere Festival of Steam, it was a fantastic day out. It's a massive day. We were all dog-tired at the end. Along the way, on the way out there and also the way back and also at the museum at Thirlmere, I asked many staff, I said, well, what's the situation here? Are you paid for this? And every person reported back to me that they were volunteers. And I was astonished by that. Their politeness, their knowledge of what they were around and their dedication in showing you what they really enjoyed was just really fantastic to see. And that's something that I remember very clearly years on after being at this Festival of Steam. Sadly, rail heritage in Australia, it's a basket case without going down a very deep bunny hole, and you'll have people arguing this point for hour upon hour. But what I saw going on my rail trip out to the New South Wales Rail Museum was very heartwarming. And if you are thinking about going on any of the New South Wales Rail Museum adventures, my advice is don't skimp out. Buy the best ticket that you can afford because this New South Wales Rail Museum needs every cent possible to keep the trains running. It's just so sad that I've lost so much video of this wonderful day out on steam trains, and when the Apple decided to go crapple, I had no way of recovering the really damaged files that were stuck on the Fusion drive. I'm just hoping the video makes some sort of sense because this video project really should have just all been thrown in the bin and never finished off. And hopefully it was worthwhile saving this video from the digital scrapyard.